Ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to Able. I'm Callan Blair. I'm an actress living in New York City.
I'm Allie B. Gorey, and I'm an actress living in New York City who happens to be visually impaired.
Our goal is to make the entertainment industry a more inclusive place, one conversation at a time.
We hope to break down the stereotypes surrounding disability in film, TV, and theater. It's time to see art that mirrors all the people who support it.
It's time for Able.
So, Christine, we are so excited to have you here. Not only are you an actor, but you're an advocate and a teacher and a director, and this is such a gift for us.
Jackie of all trades.
It's really amazing.
I like that. I've never heard that
I've
before.
never heard that before either. That was new.
Made it up on
Yeah.
the spot.
So, before we get started and dive in, we just want to know, why are you an artist?
I don't know if I can answer that question.
Yeah.
Except to say I've always been an artist. And weirdly, or probably stupidly, it's never occurred to me to do anything else.
Okay, so you have 2 MFAs from the new school. An MFA is 1 degree, is demanding. How and why and what? How? What?
Well, okay, so that speaks to, how dedicated I am as an artist, because while I was getting my double degree, I was working a third shift job. So I was working all night and working all day and spending 18 hours, in the theater. Our dance instructors were from a very famous dance company here in New York that I won't name.
Uh-huh.
And they said, well, we won't teach you. As a person with cerebral palsy, we don't know how to teach you. So I said, well, how am I going to fulfill the movement requirement? There's a movement requirement to get this MFA. And they said, oh, no, we'll waive it. No problem. I said, hell no, you will not waive it. I'm paying money. I want my money's worth.
Uh-huh.
Right? So that did not fly. I let that go. And in retrospect, I would not have let that go now, being the advocate I am. But I knew enough that I deserved the education that I was paying for. So I said, okay, well, if I can't take the movement requirement, I'll be a double major. So that was my way of being like, okay, I'm going to get my money's worth. I'm really going to get my money's worth.
Wow,
So
that's badass.
So badass.
You're not the only person who's talked about how speaking up for yourself and advocating for yourself is so important. I think it's important for every artist.
Absolutely.
What would you say if you had to tell a new or young or emerging actor who is disabled, if you had to give them some advice, what would you say?
Well, I would start with be your own advocate, which is what we're talking about, honestly, and really work hard to figure out what your needs are, and articulate them, and learn how to articulate them, and learn from those who've come before you. And this goes for, I think, any disabled person, whatever workforce you're in, whatever you choose for your career, you need to work harder than other people. We need to work harder, we need to be better. And it's not just us. It's any underrepresented group. It's trans artists, it's artists of color, it's anybody who is not white, straight, non-disabled, cisgendered, needs to work harder and be better. Because unfortunately, we also have to be educators, even when we don't want to.
Do you think people are afraid of asking for things they may need accommodations for?
Absolutely, yes. Which is, I think, held us back in particular, because we just want to not make waves and fit in, and those fears are not unfounded. I don't understand why costumes and sets are more important than the people that are going to be working on them and wearing the costumes. True inclusivity means true inclusivity. It doesn't mean, oh, we've already got this space, we've already built the set, we've already built the costumes, and now we're going to try to fit the actors into it.
It's actually having the open door wide for everyone.
Yeah. From the ground floor.
Right.
So that it's a level playing field right from the beginning.
Right. Well, and that's what's so important. Can you tell us about how you got involved on, an advocacy level?
And I want to know if you feel a responsibility. keep asking that
She
question,
has
and everyone
so many
has
questions.
that.
She has so many thoughts.
Yeah.
I do feel a responsibility. And sometimes I don't always like it. Like sometimes I just want to show up to rehearsal and do my job and be an actor, right? I don't want to have to articulate my needs or advocate for somebody else's needs or tell some casting director that they can't ask an actor who comes in the room what's wrong with them, because that's illegal, right?
It's happened.
It happens all the time.
I think that's one thing that a lot of people just don't realize, unfortunately, that at the end of the day, we just want to do our work to the best of our ability and tell a story and contribute the same way anyone else is.
Right.
And sometimes it is a lot.
So you can have every writer, every director, every casting director, every artistic director in a
would just
room.
have the
It's a
industry.
giant room. And they were going to be receptive to whatever you had to say.
Oh,
And-
God. Like the number one thing that I would say to anybody in the industry is that disability is not a technical skill. It's a lived experience. So stop casting non-disabled actors as disabled characters, right? And the second thing I would say is we are human beings. So that means we could play any role. As long as we are able to fulfill the requirements of the job, we should be considered for any role. And we should be in every room for every conversation. It shouldn't be nothing about us without us. It should be nothing without us.
You've been in a lot of these rooms. You speak, you advocate, you have such a voice in this community, and you've given these sound bites before. So what do you think is taking so long?
I will be optimistic right now and say that we have made progress, and we're making more progress now than we've ever made,
I agree.
which is amazing. In some sense, we're still lagging behind, and I attribute it to fear. I attribute it to the fact that people still view disability as a technical skill and not a lived experience, even though it's the only club that anybody can join at any time, and assumptions about people with disabilities and what we're capable of. You know, assuming that we are unable to do things, that our intellectual capacity is less than, or that we just are less than as people. And that's societal, right? Because the onus is on us to fit into society the way it's built, and it's not built for us.
Well, can you speak about how the ADA, when it's applied, its employers are supposed to make job opportunities equal to everyone, correct?
That's
so
right.
it's not, but it's not always applied to entertainment.
I think it's tricky in the entertainment industry for a couple reasons. Number one, our business is inherently subjective, right? So anybody can find any reason not to hire us and not to work with us, and we don't have to ever know the real reason. A lot of actors, you'd be shocked to realize how many actors don't know the things that potential employers are not allowed to ask them. Not allowed to ask the nature of somebody's disability. And you are not required to disclose as a disabled actor. If you don't want to disclose, you don't have to disclose. If you need a reasonable accommodation, you do that after you sign a contract.
So I could not be casting Allie V. I could not have her audition for me for Fame and say I want to use strobe lights. How do you do with strobe lights?
Yeah, could that be asked?
She would not be required to answer that.
They can ask you about the requirements of can you fulfill the requirements of the job?
Okay.
That is something that they can ask. But they can't selectively ask people to do things. It has to be something that they're asking all of the actors,
interesting.
right? Because that is discriminatory.
There you go, yeah.
Potential employers need to be made aware. And they are definitely getting better. I'm working with the Casting Society of America. In January, they had an open call for disabled actors in 15 cities across the country. And they put 500 disabled actors on tape for their database. I'm going to project manage a project for them. They're developing a diversity and inclusion toolkit for their members to have all this information that we're talking about right now for disabled actors, for trans actors, for actors of color.
Disability representation is moving forward. However, right now, I've even been met, and maybe you've heard this before, maybe not, but some friends or people I know are like, Allie B, you should go audition for this. They want disability, and that's so hot right now.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? And also, how can we and what can happen so disability isn't seen as something trendy right now and something that just is a reality? Like, what's it gonna take?
I think we get in however we can get in. I'm not saying we sacrifice our own integrity and our own integrity as artists, but if you need to take low vision roles, then take
Why
them.
would I not? It's a
Why
role.
would you not?
That's
It's a role, and also, wouldn't you rather take that role than have them give that role to somebody who's non-disabled?
yes.
Right? If you go in there and you rock that audition and you are undeniable and you don't give them an excuse not to hire you, then that's great. Then that's authentic casting, because we don't want anybody to engage in crip-face,
Yes,
which they
engage.
do all the time. Right?
Educate
Okay.
the people. Give the people what they need to understand.
Crip-face is a non-disabled actor playing a disabled character, right? So we want to avoid crip-face at all possible, but then there's that term we use, cripping up, right? People seem so dead set on hiring the disabled actor who has that actual disability, and then they can't find that person, they go immediately to a non-disabled person. I'm like, well, where's all that nuance in between? You are not blind, you're low vision, but I'd rather see you, somebody with a lived experience of a visual impairment, play that role than a totally sighted person.
Absolutely.
Right?
We're going to give you a word or a phrase, and you have to tell us the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, boy.
And only a word or a phrase when you hear us, okay? So it's a little take back to the old improv game days. Okay, so Kellen,
Okay.
get us started.
Hollywood.
Lack of representation.
My response to that question was just the sound you made, so that was good. Inclusion.
Crucial.
Disability.
Amazing.
Neurodiversity.
Learning.
Accessibility.
Wow. Necessary.
New York City.
Ugh.
We'll take it.
Not accessible.
Happy place.
Stage.
Yeah.
Being an educator.
Exhilarating.
Pizza.
Oh. Fattening.
All right, and I think that's it.
Cutting. Put it on the cutting room floor.